Hi everybody, nice to see you here again. How are we? What a great day. Okay, first thing we need to do is make sure that you've got 5 objects, okay, because remember we're going to sing our 5 green speckled frog song at the end and you're going to jump them into a pond that you can make. If you haven't got them at the moment, maybe you can ask your mother, your brother or your sister or your dad just to get 5 things. It could be spoons, it could be cups, it could be anything. Nothing to worry about, okay? And make sure you've got your pen, your pencil and paper as well. Now, let's have a look at the, keep looking down, don't I? Let's have a look at the words that I wanted you to find yesterday when we read through, okay? There we go. Now, I reckon there were 6, because I've got hairy, hat, happily, house, hard, he. Yeah? Hairy, hat, happily, house, hard, he. That's 6 words. So if you manage to get all of those, brilliant. Okay? And don't lose them. Well, you're not going to lose them. Make sure you've still got your pencil and paper at the end after we've read our next book, which is going to be, turned out the right way, Impy Ink. Because that comes next in the alphabet, doesn't it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Impy Ink. Impy Ink's invisible ink. Oh look, just seen that. Also featuring Jumping Jim in the Jungle, because that comes after I, doesn't it? J, j, j. So there's going to be an extra story in there. It was Monday morning inside the Letterland Infant School, and all the children were working hard. Some were listening to a story about India. Some were looking at pictures of insects. Some were looking at pictures of insects. Sorry, I said that. No one was interested in Impy Ink. Said Impy Ink to himself. I feel impish. I think I will play a trick. So while no one was watching, he took a lemon and squeezed it into his bottle. Just then, he heard the teacher say, "Let's invite all your mothers and fathers to a special Parents' Day at school. Do you think that they would like that? Do you think it's a good idea?" Yes, 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 said the children. Fill up your ink pens then, she went on, and write out a nice invitation. So all the children dipped their pens into Impy Ink's bottle and started to write. When the children took their invitations home, their mothers and fathers had quite a surprise. There was nothing to be seen on the paper. All the writing had vanished. That's impossible, the children cried. We wrote the words ourselves. Oh dear, said the teacher the next morning. I think this must be one of Impy Ink's little tricks. Let's ask him. Impy Ink had a twinkle in his eye. Yes, he confessed. It's my special invention. It is called invisible ink. It makes the words you write disappear. But we need our parents to read our invitations, the children cried. That's simple, laughed Impy Ink. Just put the paper in the sunlight and wait a little while. The sun warms the invisible ink and makes it go brown. Then you can see the words again. At home later that day, all the children followed Impy Ink's instructions. Yes, the ink turned brown in the sun. They could read the invitations. Impy Ink's trick really worked. How did you do it? Said their mothers and fathers. It's just a little trick, said the children. They did not tell their parents about Impy Ink. Instead, they gave Impy Ink a big wink on Parents' Day. Impy Ink gave them a big wink back. Cheeky, huh? J. Jumping Jim in the Jungle. Jumping Jim is Letterland's high jump champion. No one else can jump as high as he can. One day Jim decided to try a new sport, parachute jumping. So he went high up into the sky in a jet plane. As he jumped out of the plane, a great wind caught his parachute. It was so strong it carried him right out of Letterland. Jumping jelly beans, shouted Jim. This is the biggest jump I have ever made." The next moment Jim landed in the middle of a thick jungle. All around him were tall trees. There were huge jungle flowers and bushes so thick that they shut out the daylight like a blanket. "What a wonderful jungle," Jim said to himself, looking at all the amazing plants and flowers. "But how am I going to find my way out of it, back to Letterland?" Just then Jim looked up into the trees. He saw a little furry animal. It was a jabbermonkey swinging by its tail. "Don't jump there," cried the jabbermonkey. "That's where the jaguar lives." "Jibber jabber!" it shrieked. "Jaguars can scratch and bite." Jim did not wait. He jumped right up beside the jabbermonkey. "Thank you for warning me," said Jim. "By the way," he added, "do you know the way to Letterland?" "I've never heard of it," replied the monkey, "but I can take you to a place where the jungle river joins the sea. Perhaps someone there will know." "Come on then," said Jim. So the monkey jumped on Jim's shoulder and they set off. Jim and the jabbermonkey jumped for many miles. Sometimes they just jogged for a change. Finally they saw the sea. A strange boat was tied up by the shore. "That's a junk from China," said the monkey. "Jumping jellyfish!" cried Jim. "The captain must know where Letterland is." "Can you tell me how to get back to Letterland?" Jim asked the captain of the junk. "Letterland?" The captain shook his head. "There's no such place." "But I have just come from it," cried Jim. "Then it will be on one of my maps," replied the captain. So they looked through all the captain's maps. Letterland was not marked on any of them. Finally, Jumping Jim spotted a tiny dot on one map that they had missed. He had to use a magnifying glass to read the name. It said Letterland. The captain looked very surprised. "Maybe I can take you there," said the captain, "but my boat is very slow." "No, thanks. I think I'll jump it," replied Jim. "Jabbermonkey, would you like to join me?" "Jibber jabber, yes, please," squeaked the monkey. So the monkey grabbed Jim's jacket and off they jumped, all the way back to Letterland. The captain watched them as far as his eyes could follow. "I thought I'd seen everything," he said to himself, "but I have never seen a real live jumping letter. Letterland must be quite a jolly place. I think I will go there on my next journey." Whoa, come here. The end. Well, that was 2 adventures in one book, wasn't it? That was great. Wow. Anyway, let me read you a little bit where I want you to write down the letters that begin with I. Okay? Ready? "Oh dear," said the teacher the next morning. "I think this must be one of Impy Ink's little tricks. Let's ask him if it is." Ready? One more time. "Oh dear," said the teacher the next morning. "I think this must be one of Impy Ink's little tricks. Let's ask him if it is." Okay? Right. Whew. Ready to sing? And make sure you jump your objects, whatever they are, spoons, bits of Lego, could be anything. Ready? Five green speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 4 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 4 green speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 3 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 3 green speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are two green speckled frogs. Club, club, club. Two green speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is one green speckled frog. Club, club, club. One green speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is no green speckled frogs. Boo, boo. Great. Hope you had a good song, and you managed to jump all your things into their ponds. So now it's time for me, Mr. C, to say bye.